Welcome home, everyone. We're back to a how-to video on the Durflinger. I missed this ship a little bit. There's a few other ships that are going to be coming out soon too. But here we go. So this is a battleship, of course. Now we do have the main line, which is the Koenig, sorry, for the Germans. And then we came out with these smaller, lighter type of battleships. They're more like battle cruisers, but this one in particular has an interesting armament and armor layout with 100 mil plate in the front, followed by 120, followed by 300. Up above it's 270 and then 235, and then where the secondaries are, it's 150, and then it goes to a 13. So most heavier guns will just overpen this, but they might catch this, which will then cause damage. They'll catch this, which causes damage, and they'll probably fly through this, which isn't that bad because if it goes through this, that means it's going right into this 200 mil or 260. So you don't really have to worry about being citadeled, at least through the nose. If we remove all the front armor and the side armor, you get to see this little shape here. And for most new players, you kind of don't understand, I guess, armor yet. So a little breakdown. Depending on this angle, this is called turtleback armor, which most German ships have. But in this game, also some other ships have it too. But we'll go into that another day. If a shell goes through this 300 mil, then I'll have to go through this armored plating, which is also another 50 mil. But because it's angled, the 50 mil kind of acts like more armor, hence like a tank version. You know, the more steep, the harder and for more thickness the shell has to go through. In theory, past this 50 mil though, there's an air gap, and then past that it has to go into another 45 mil. And the way this game works is it has to make a number check. The shell will have to make a number check. So as it hits this, it rolls a number to see if it goes through. Then it rolls a number to see if it goes through. Then it rolls a number to see if it goes through. Obviously, if it doesn't go through the first one, you know, the chances are it won't go through the rest of them. But the way it's layered, it is effective. It's not just whatever you see on the outside of the ship. There is a reason for all these modules and how they work. So this being said, because it is turtleback, against the other battleships that you see here, most of them won't be able to citadel you, which means you can kind of sit like this, completely broadside to them, and expect to not get damaged the same way other ships will. That being said, though, there's still a thing called alpha damage, which is the maximum damage you can get without getting citadeled. So if someone hits you for 10,000 plus damage on one volley, that means they've hit either the lower part of the alpha or the higher part of the alpha, depending on how much damage. So looking at the armor, around here, they won't do much damage. But if they hit you around here, they'll do a significantly more damage. And you'll notice it. You'll feel it. You'll be like, why am I getting citadeled? But you're not getting citadeled. You're just getting hit really hard by large shells. Hitting the 150, activating the shell, doing damage. Okay. Here it'll just be overpens. There'll be no damage at all. And then here the same thing will happen. So if you're coming out of an island and you're just showing your nose, if you get shot here, you're going to get significant damage done to you because the 100 mil plate will activate the shell of the big battleship shooting you. That is also the opposite of smaller calibers. They will not penetrate through some of this stuff, but they have a chance of causing fires, right? They will have a chance to penetrate 13 mil and then your nose as well at 19 mil. So, right, you play to the strengths of the ship. Depending on what you're playing against, hopefully you can use your team to help you prevent from certain accidents. All right, that being said, these guns are 305, so they're not the biggest shell, which is ideal for shooting cruisers because you'll have a chance to actually do damage to them and not just overpen them. Okay, concealment is 11.6, which is not bad for a tier 5 battleship. I highly recommend playing this more like a battle cruiser, even though that's not the designation. You're not a straight up battleship, and when you have to fight straight up battleships with your health pool of 47k, you might have troubles. Let's say you're playing against an Iron Duke, 47k as well, but these guns will do significantly more damage to you. A Tiger, 49k, but because it's a lighter battleship, it won't do as much damage. If you're playing against a Koenig, 47k, but has more armor than you, Like you'll see. I'll explain to you guys when we get into the match. Other than that, I've gone for a secondary build. That's my preferred choice with this ship. It doesn't have the craziest amount of secondaries, but with the flag and the module, you can get your secondaries up to 7.5, which they help with dealing with smaller ships like destroyers and cruisers because it will just pepper them. The velocity is 890 every 3 seconds. So it's constantly spewing out fireballs at them, which will deter them. These are 88 mil, which deal with really good with DDs. These 150 mil do react really well with cruisers. They will punish the cruisers severely. They're not as fast as the smaller ones, but 7.3 seconds, 11% chance of fire. It's just extra like peace in mind that knowing that there's something still firing, your gun's on reload, I'm going to get help, okay? I'm playing a secondary build. You don't have to. You could do survivability build, which then makes you a little bit more survivable, but you can't be as aggressive. Or you can be as aggressive depending on your playstyle. Okay, other than this, we go to your equipment, and this is where I went with the secondary one, which gives me more range. I went with main armament mod 1, which most ships will get. I also went with damage control system because it is a battleship, and most likely they'll burn us and flood us due to torps and fire. With this one, I just went with the secondaries because I could rotate the guns a little bit faster. Let's see where they're at. 26 seconds. That's not bad. I could get a little bit more accuracy in the guns, but they're not the worst, and especially at this tier. And then AA, yes, you might be bottom tier against 6s where they have CVs, or you can be top tier against 4s, which they have CVs. But the AA is in this game is still not up to par to what planes can do and how players can play them. So my best bet is secondaries. I think that's the most fun. I went with signal for secondaries. Now you could put more, like obviously put this because people might ram you. You might detonate, Juliet Charlie. You want more heals, right? A bigger heal, right? The consumable reload. Play with the signals you want to, okay? And yeah, other than that, let's get into the battle, and I'll show you how I play this ship. Now, I'm gonna play it a little bit more aggressive than normal. You could play it a little bit further back, and as a lighter battleship, you want to ideally be the support battleship to another battleship. You're there to kind of mop up. Now, if you're alone, you have to rely on cruisers to help you mop up. You have to rely on destroyers no matter what boat you are. So I'm going to try to help out my destroyer push, and I'm going to try to help out my battleships and cruisers. Now, there's only one cruiser, so I don't have to worry about helping him. But I'm going to be helping these guys out. New Mexico, it's 1 tier higher. I'm going to help him out. Dunkirk, 1 tier higher. I'm going to help him out. The Peter, if it's just me and him, I'm going to try to help him out as well, obviously, because he's got the guns that I don't have. So there we go. We look around. CV's here. Peter's here. It's just so the lower tier ships on one side, the higher tier ships on the other side. That's fine. I'm going to kind of watch where he's going. I'm going to use my mini-map. Remember, you can make it bigger and smaller with the plus and minus. I'm also going to watch where this Omaha's going. And we have 2 destroyers and 1 sub. Now, you want to be able to shoot at the enemy, but you don't want to take all the fire. So I could go over there and just follow him along. But ideally, we want a cross shot. So wherever he's going, I want to kind of stay around this far away from him, around 6. So I'm going to head to this island here. From this island, if you look at the map, you can ideally shoot around here, and then you can shoot around here. Anyone in front, as you can see him, he's a bigger ship. I don't want to deal with him head on. So I'm going to put myself behind this island here, but not too close where someone can sneak up on me and I have no control, right? I'm relying on the DD to spot so no one sneaks up on me, but it does happen, okay? This guy's firing from max range. He doesn't have to, but we know where he is. Then we got him spotted because of the DDs. I'm not going to fire from max range. I'd rather sneak up because this guy won't have a chance. Now, because I'm spotted, this means, there, I'm going to put my secondaries on him. This means I can actually open up now because I'm already spotted. I'm not hiding anything. Now, I go with HE always, at least the first volley, because when your destroyers spot their destroyers, you want to put the maximum amount of damage you can on their destroyers to help out your destroyers survive that battle. Afterwards, go to AP, that's fine. Or stay with HE. There's nothing wrong with HE on battleships. You have a chance to cause fire. It's a really big shell. You can deal with destroyers a lot better, right? If anything's angled, though, please feel free to switch to AP, because then you can punish them. But there you go. He's not paying attention, so I'm going to do this. And I'm switching to AP already. I'm going to turn my guns this way because I'm going to be facing to the right. I'm going to preemptively turn my guns. So I'm doing this, clicking right-click for free look. And as my guns are turning, I'm looking around. I'm holding it down. As long as it says free look, your guns are still going to lock onto where you want them to while you're looking around. So the front gun's already turned. There you go. And hopefully this guy gets spotted one more time. I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess. We might get lucky. Oh, we're getting lucky. Oh, here's a sub. So there's a sub here. We've spotted him because he's about to ping us. Now we're broadside to the CV. Unfortunate. One fire. I'm getting pinged. Do not put the one fire away. Wait for that one ping to be two pings. The torps are already on their way and they're tracking. See? Now you unlock them like this. The torps are continuing to track on the last known position. But that's not me. I'm going to save the Farragut. Okay. Don't rush to get rid of the ping. Try to at least get two pings before you take them off. Okay, DD's back. He's most likely going to send torps at me, which is fine. We want to find out where this cruiser is, but unfortunately our DD's here and not out here. Remember, because you're a destroyer, you don't actually have to shoot or anything. You just have to spot. Now, notice my secondaries firing at them. So they're doing the work. They're doing their work right now. We fire at them, 2400. Even though it's AP, worth it. Sub-torps are here. He's been pinged. I'm moving away already. If he fired torps anywhere, I want to go away from him. I want to go away from them too. I'm being lucky right now that they're not shooting me. And we're focusing him down. Ping him F3. Right? Map awareness. The plane's still coming after us. That's fine. Try to get as much damage as possible. Another fire again. And I'm going to wait again. Okay, we completely missed. Renown's coming. Uso's staying back. See, he's not going into smoke, so he's about to die. Yeah, you're a gunboat, but that doesn't mean just don't hide. And there you go, he died. Now, we could have avoided that, but this is also avoidable. We don't need the destroyer to be point blank to torp. Our destroyers have been very aggressive, which is very bad because once we lose our spotting, this is going to be a very hard battle. I know there's another DD here, and I know it's a kamikaze, and they're very dangerous. What I want to do is move away, but at the same time, shoot. Now, double fire. I'm going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to get rid of it and start healing. And as we're moving, you notice that sound? That's us bouncing shells. Now, they have 3 destroyers here. The Icarus, the Shinonome, and the Kamikaze. Very dangerous. But guess what? We're capping them. See? That means we're winning. So while these guys are fighting us and we're wasting their time, we're about to win the match. Doesn't matter how many ships they kill. As soon as we cap, match is over. So, take this time to practice long shots. This guy is about 9 seconds away. We put the marker on 9, almost mid-ship. Minus dispersion, we hit him. So if mid-ship is hitting him in the nose, that means we can correct ourselves with how much time it says. Right? So just practice your shots, practice your movements. We're going to actually adjust, because most likely we're going to get torpedoed very soon. I believe there's a destroyer very close. Now, there is an ability to tell you how many people are looking at you. And I'll make a video about that where it explains to you if it's a 1v1 situation against a destroyer. Typically, it will be like this if they're on their torps. There'll be a 1 here if they're not on their torps, if they're on their guns. See, there you go. There he is. Now, what I'm going to do is this. just to kind of see where he is. So one of them is torping me from here. One of them is going to be torping me from over here. I'm trying to figure out who's doing what. Because I need to know where these torps are going to be coming from. Now, I am pushing into them because I'm trying to slow them down while we're capping. We're about to win the match. I'm literally trying to waste their time. I see the torps, I slow down and turn. Slow down and turn. And we win. Now, I couldn't show you the full range of this ship, but pretty much move around nonstop. Don't sit there and fire. Spot all the threats on the map and adjust to the closest threat to you. Sometimes you're going to get shots from long range. You're not going to see them coming because you're dealing with what's next to you. But in the entirety of this ship is ideal at dealing with like a cleanup crew. You want to help out your team as much as you can. You're not there to just snipe. You're not there to just push forward. You're literally there to support, and you're going to find yourself having a lot more successful games supporting your team than trying to be the main focus of your team. Other than that, everyone, enjoy your games. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you. Bye-bye.